The Black Pill Epidemic is upon us. Everywhere on the internet you see words like Pope, MTN, True Adam, Shad, Mog, looksmaxing. They can go on forever. What do all these terms mean though? Why are teenagers calling themselves subhuman? Because their left eyelash has a tilt of 17 degrees on the wrong direction. And why is there one man that gets to make all of this up? Well, I'll be getting into all of that and more in this video. What does black pill even mean? Black pill is essentially the idea that the only thing that matters above all else is looks. That is really the basic idea of it. Now, to a fresh ear, to people who've never heard about this before, that might not sound too bad. I can see that. I can see how it's like, well, it could be worse. Sadly, my summer child, you are wrong. As you might have been able to guess if you took a leap, black pill derives from incel culture. The idea of black pill originally started with the thinking that only attractive people can pull whoever they want. Only attractive people can do that. You must be hot for anyone to want you. From many articles and stuff that I have seen, the first people that had this ideology were people that had natural traits that just could not be fixed, like their height, their looks, their fingernails. A huge issue with these ideas are just the blatant nihilistic views. Or in these people's minds, their life is essentially over because their chin doesn't have a certain angle. And then they push this thing onto other people, and that gets them to think like, oh, well, I got this wrong with me. I got this wrong with me. It just makes them see the world in a worse light. But this whole idea does not stop at relationships. Of course it doesn't, because it always has to evolve. One step always has to come after the next. This ideology is now in every aspect of life. You want a job? Are you chopped? Denied. Do you want your parents to be proud of you? Guess what? You're chopped? No, no, no. Do you want your dog to play fetch? Have you looked in the mirror recently? Get out of here. Another thing I found while researching this video is a term that I have not heard of, and I don't really even know if I can say it properly. Hypergamy. It's basically the idea that women will always move up if they have the option. Think about it like this. A woman is married to a guy for like 5 years, right? He makes $100,000 a year, and in her eyes, he's about an 8 out of 10 on the attractive scale. Oh no, a new guy enters the picture. That guy makes $200,000 and is a 9 out of 10. And he shows a bit of interest in her. So she will immediately leave to go to that guy. The husband of 5 years, gone. And this is just like a sexist generalization. They think that women are these bots that can't think. They see better, so they choose better. They feel no love. There's no loyalty. It's just pure materialistic gain.
Women are not able to renew themselves mentally. They see everything on Earth through the lens of the material.
And that's the only thing on their mind. Now you know the basics of black pill. You are ready for everything else I am about to embark you on. How does black pill spread? How do people learn about this? And alongside everything else that gets famous nowadays, TikTok. If there's a problem in today's world and you want to know how it started, there's a 90% chance it's TikTok. TikTok has an amazing algorithm. It will feed you exactly what you want to see, or at least what you're watching. I, just like everyone else, will see a video that makes me mad, right? And I open the comment section and read it for way too long, which results in me getting more videos of what makes me mad because I interacted with it. But in this black pill case, people who are resentful for some reason, they can't pull, their girlfriend left them, whatever the case, they watch these videos and they're like, oh yeah, that's right. So they're fed more and more and more of these videos until they're fully ingrained into it, until they have this harmful thinking. This comes from wanting to be a victim. Everyone wants to be a victim. No matter what it is, it's never your fault, right? It's always someone else's fault. I stubbed my toe. Well, that's not my fault. Who put the wall there, right? And I fall into this sometimes too, right? I'm not a perfect human. It's human nature, and that's okay. It's okay to think like this for a little bit, but you have to evolve, really. You have to grow, because a lot of the times you can be better, even if it was their fault, even if that had nothing to do with you, there's always a way for you to be better. And this obviously does not go for everything. There are plenty of instances where you are totally the victim And it's not a two-sided story, but in this case it isn't. And upon this, looks do matter, right? It would be stupid to say that they do not. People have a preference. These black pillars even have a preference, and that is fine. But looks aren't this cure-all that they seem to think it is. If you are less attractive, you need to try harder, and that's unfair, and you could grow resentment for that. I understand what you're coming from. But you as a person need to try harder if you want these uber attractive people, right? It's like people who are born with millionaire parents. They have to try significantly less hard than people who were born with poor parents to make money. This leads me to the main character of the Black Pill movement. The man, the myth, the insecure, Clavicle. Put me in a Black Pill edit if you see this and you might make Black Pill edits where it's like the Mog thing. Put me in one, okay? Please. Get like 1 million views though, because, and like link me, please. And I'm gonna just call him Clav for the rest of the video because that's really what he goes by most of the time. And I don't wanna say Clavicle the entire rest of the video. Over the last few months, he has blown up, and alongside him, the Black Pill thinking did too. It has probably been a thing since the start of time, but a huge increase, a huge rise has happened. Most of Clav's content is something like this.
What do you rate me 1 out of 10? Do I rate you 1 out of 10? Yeah. 7.5? Yep. Yeah, your infras are slightly recessed. And do you have filler in your lips? Yeah, okay, so let's make it look a little...
Okay, so take what he said. He said she got filler in her lips, which make her look weird, and she's a 7.5. Okay, I want you to remember that. I want you to store that in your mind. I want to get one thing straight though. I think looksmaxing is totally fine. If you want to bone smash because you think it might make you look better, you do you. It's your body. Even if you just want to do basic things like to make you look better, I'm happy for you. I hope you can do that. But Black Pill and looksmaxing are not the same thing. Let's move on to like the obvious dangers of this mindset. First, the idea that if you are chopped, nothing matters. That is just straight up harmful. There's no way around that. Putting these ideas in the minds of these young kids who have barely even hit puberty yet is so demeaning for them. They're like 13 and think their life is over because their chin bones aren't straight enough. And this, if it hasn't already, will lead to someone committing. I've tried to look it up, but there are a lot of connections. But most of what I've found is that it's hard to like link the direct source of it being that. But I would not be surprised if it hadn't happened yet. But there are more dangers than just death, right? Clav is a big believer on doing whatever it takes to become more attractive because it's the only thing that matters. I'm going to show you a few things of what he does to look better. This part's going to be a little bit longer because it's a podcast clip where he went on and he played a game called Cope or Dope. And the goal of this game is to say like, oh, is this looksmaxing thing, is this copium or is it dope? Like, is it good or bad?
Mewing.
Mewing is dope, and it's actually required during development. If you have improper tongue posture and improper breathing habits, then you're not going to develop correctly. You could have the best parents in the world, best genetics.
That is just so crazy to say. You, 12-year-old over there, you better be mewing. If you're not mewing, you're cooked. You're cooked. Might as well rope max. Okay.
Bone smashing.
Bone smashing can be cope, if you don't understand the use of it, right? So bone smashing is dope.
Okay, so he says bone smashing can be cope, and he's gonna say how he uses it. And I want you to think about it. Does this not sound like cope? Like, do you know what cope? Okay, I'm gonna make sure y'all know what cope means. Everyone knows what cope means. It's a word. I don't know why I need to look that up. It's not just a freaking word in this. It's an actual word.
So what I do is I use the swelling to my advantage. So I'll bone smash, and then I will cover up the inflammation with makeup. That way, people perceive my zygos as being a lot bigger.
How is that not cope? How is that not cope?
Shoe lifts.
Dope.
What? What? Shoe lifts are the most cope thing I think you could do.
Using FaceApp to fraud on social media.
Dope.
What? I don't even know what to say. Using FaceApp to look different on social media? That's not cope? I lied about the shoe thing. This is cope. This is the most cope you can get. This is more cope than anything. Okay, and that's really about it for all the ones that are like, what are you talking about, dog? Well, let's move on to TikTok.
Clav, why are you getting a double jaw surgery?
There's nothing I can't do with my current looks package. I'm already having pretty much the life I want. It's just I know the return on investment is extremely high. It's $35,000 for a double jaw surgery with full facial implants.
Okay, so he's getting the surgery. He's gotten surgeries in the past. So we know he likes to change his body. Not only that, he likes to change it permanently.
And like, if I really wanted to like ascend hard, I would probably get limb lengthening surgery.
How tall are you now?
6'2".
I think
Let me
that's
ask one
fine.
for you, bro. You think if I was 6'6", it would help me more or no?
And these are just some of the things he's done. Limb lengthening surgery. I mean, he hasn't done limb lengthening surgery, but he's talking about it. And I think he's doing it as a joke in that video, but he's probably legitimately considering it. I'm like 99% sure he is at other surgeries, but it's really hard to find right now because he's getting a bunch of views for other things. I wouldn't call it viral, but in his space, he's going viral, I guess, which I'm going to show you later. But every time I look him up, I can only find what he's getting views for right now. But clearly, Clav has done a lot to his looks, right? He changes almost everything about him. He's done makeup. He's using these foot things. He's getting surgery. He even has a video, which I think the first part is real and the second part is a joke, but I'm going to show you anyways because it makes the joke I'm trying to build up to way funnier.
How about a little bit of innovation here with this is what I like to call print maxing right here. So you take a TV remote, stuff it down your pants.
How is that not cope? Because the goal for that, what I would be assumed, was to sleep with people. But what are you going to do if you get there and then it's like, why do you got a TV remote in your pants? And with all these things Clav does to himself, right? You would think he knows that he's fake. He knows that he's not his true self.
Do you think women are more attractive than men?
Absolutely not, because when we look at women, we're looking at the most put together, frauded versions of themselves. But with men, it's natural, unchanged beauty that can't be frauded because it's a bone-related thing. We see women, face full of makeup, it's kind of hard to tell, and they can really do a lot to fraud certain things like facial angularity, their coloring, but men aren't doing that yet. I think that'll eventually start to change, but obviously you can't fraud to the degree that they do because of the societal implication of wearing that much makeup.
Oh yeah, buddy? Yeah? You are like almost as fake as those adult actresses with like the balloons, right? That's about how fake you are. The reason that this all works though, even though he says stupid stuff like this, is because it is just a large echo chamber. People who want to hear this will hear it, and it strengthens their beliefs, and so they talk about it, and then more people hear it, and then they just bounce off each other like a bouncy ball. And their beliefs just grow stronger and stronger and stronger. My opinion is to just go outside. I know that might sound crazy, but go to a grocery store. Even chopped people find love. But like I said, I can sympathize with these people. The algorithm likes to feed what you heavily agree or disagree with. For me, if I heavily disagree with the video, I will get fed it, right? But the people in the comment section who will agree with the video, they will also get fed it. Because that's what we're interacting with. It's really that simple. I've talked about how Clav's audience is young teens, and he is feeding these people these ideologies. They will grow up to feed the others. I really think this brings us back to like Andrew Tate almost. He was kind of the first step in this downward spiral. But the thing is, back then, half of the internet thought he was a clown and the other half believed him, right? But now, half of the internet agrees with this and thinks about it, and the other half are just not interacting with it at all. There's no backlash for it, right? And the real big problem with this is self-doubt. If you think you are worthless, then that's what you will truly believe. Even if others tell you otherwise, you will think that you will find no love, no one will like you, you'll become depressed and anxious, always feeling like you're just not good enough. And that is just not something that I think we should be pushing onto other people. Okay, and I want to talk about this one last thing about Clav. It really does not have to do with the Black Pill group. And this is what I was talking about earlier. But instead, what he has been getting views for in these last few days. It's a little bit interesting.
They're not gonna know. Money.
So, if you could read this, you know what was going on. But there's also another theory that he does cocaine. I didn't even really get into that. He does cocaine, he says the N-word, he does a lot of other weird... It was too much for one video. This guy, you could make a freaking documentary about this guy. But this led to this video.
Whenever I gamble, for some reason, the chat, this is what I'm telling you about gambling. It makes you want to do shit. Okay, that's the only justification I could give.
And I was thinking, what about if I mix all the dopamine from like the slots and like the lights and the blow, and what if I have this chick give me a job at the same time?
So he admitted to it, which is just so wild because I think his girlfriend's 17, he's 19. So the fact that that was like on camera, I mean, it wasn't on camera, but like interesting person, not good person. And that's about it for today. If you did like the video and subscribe and go watch my Mr. Beast video, please, bro. It was pretty good. If you like this one, you'll probably like that one. Okay, everyone have a great day and goodbye.